Hello, everyone. My name is Kim, and I am so excited to welcome you to the first session of Compassion Camp Living Worship. We're going to do this once a week, and it's basically going to look like us breathing and stretching and moving our bodies in a way that connects us to God. Our theme today is at the table, and we are going to think about and talk about what it means that our compassion given to us by God allows us to welcome and the ways that we are welcomed at God's table. So to join me today, if you have an exercise mat like mine, you're welcome to roll it out. But you could also just put out a towel, or you could absolutely just do this on the ground. Or if you have a computer you can take outside, you could always do this outside in the grass or however you would like. So to get us started today, I'm going to move back onto my mat. You can start in whatever seated position is comfortable for you. You can sit crisscross like I am and put your hands on your knees. You can also stretch your legs out in front of you like this, or you could stand if that feels best to you. I'm going to sit with my legs crossed, but you can do whatever you would like. And that goes for this entire activity together. If there is a movement that doesn't feel good to you, if it hurts or is uncomfortable, you don't have to do it. You can always sit back down or sit however is comfortable for you and breathe and reflect and think until the next move where you can try again. You can also always pause if you want to do a stretch or a movement for longer. You can skip one if you don't like it. Or you can go back to the beginning and start again if you want to do this again anytime during your week, if it helps you or if it feels good and enjoyable. For me, stretching and breathing and moving helps me remember that my body is connected to God, and that for me is calming and helps me grow in my relationship to God. And I hope that this feels good to you in some way as well. So today, to start out, we'll start in our sitting position, however's comfortable for you. Sit up nice and tall, hands on knees. We're going to breathe in and out 3 times. But as we do this, we are going to say or think some words. So you're going to breathe in. I'll say, I see. I'm going to breathe out. Say, and welcome. When we do this, we can think about what it means to be welcomed by God and what it means to use that gift to welcome other people. We're going to do this 3 times. You can either talk along with me or you can just listen and think. I see and welcome. I see and welcome. I see and welcome. Awesome. That was fantastic. We are going to move into our next position. So to do this, we're going to sit on our knees like this. We're going to sit back, stretch your arms all the way up high, and then lay them down on the ground like so. You can stay in that position, but as we do this, as our bodies are really close to the ground, you can think about what it means to be connected to God's creation, about how special and fantastic that is, and that in the way that we're connected to God's creation, we're connected to all of creation and each other as well, and we can extend welcome to each other as a part of creation. You came back up, you can rejoin me in the pose, or if you're already there, that's perfect. So we're going to stretch all the way out, and we'll breathe in and out 5 times. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we can come back up. We are going to move into our next position, which is easy because it's a lot like a table. So you can come up on your knees, put your hands in front of you, right under your shoulders. Maybe spread your knees out a little bit. Keep your back as flat as possible, but there's no wrong way to do this, so don't worry. When we're in this position, we can think about what it's like to be a part of God's table. We can remember that God has room at the table for each and every one of us. And we can remember that God's table is strong and steadfast, and we never have to worry if it has room for us. As we reflect on those things, on what it means to be a part of God's table, we can breathe in and out 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was fantastic. So our next movement is a little bit harder. So we are going to go through it slowly together. You may have done this in school, but you may not have. So we're going to take our hands, place them right in front of us, kind of where they are for table, and then step your heels back like this and come all the way up so that your body is shaped like a triangle or like a downward V. Okay? So you can stay there or you can come out while I talk about our position. So that position is a big stretch. You'll feel it in the backs of your legs probably, maybe in your arms or your back as well. And as we're stretching in that V position, we can think about what it means to stretch. And that we can stretch ourselves to include other people, to welcome other people as a part of God's table. We can stretch ourselves to show more compassion, and that we stretch ourselves in our relationship with God, that we're always growing and moving and changing. We can think about those things as we come back into our position. We are going to stay there for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. You can come back down. That was fantastic. But for our next position, we just have a couple more. You're going to lay on your stomach. Just like this. You can put your arms right beside you and push up. Just like that. It's kind of like you are a snake or some other creature up looking at the world. So you can stay in that pose or you can come out of it for a second while we talk about it. So in that position, you are facing up and looking out. You may be looking out a window at the sun. You may be looking at your bedroom wall. You may be looking at the computer. But whatever you are looking at, we are reminded that when we look up and out into the world, we see possibilities, we see other people, and we can see everything that could be coming to us in a brand new day. So as we look up and out into a new day, we see lots of possibilities. Possibilities for new relationship with God, possibilities to show more compassion, and possibilities to show more welcome, as well as possibilities to remember the ways that we are welcomed by God. So as we move back into this position, we're going to look up and out and into the possibilities of the day to come. Remember, come down on your belly and then press up. We are going to breathe 5 times. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. As we do this all the way through, in a little bit, we're going to go back into our downward V. But since we've already practiced that, the next move would be to stand up. If I stand up, you're not going to be able to see me. So I'm going to stay on my knees. But if you're doing this at home, you can stand up on your feet and ground yourself into the earth as best you can. So when we do this, we are grounded, we are strong, we're balanced, and we're reminded of the ways that God's table and God's love and God's welcome for us are strong and balanced and grounded, and they are not going anywhere. So while we're feeling safe and confident in God's love, we can be reminded what it means to extend that love to others. So in your standing, sitting, kneeling position, however you would like to be, we are going to breathe in and out 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. So if you were standing, you can sit back down and we can find our original position, whether that be legs out or legs in or legs up. However you want to sit is a-okay. So as we find our original position and we breathe in and out slowly, we are going to finish with the same words that we started with. So we're going to say, I am and I welcome. Nope. Sorry, we're going to say, I see and I welcome. I see and welcome. I see and welcome. I see and welcome. And that is all of our moves for today. If you want to go back and practice them a little more, you're absolutely welcome to. But we are going to move through them a little bit more quickly, just one time all the way through together. Okay? So we are going to start in this position. We're going to breathe. We'll say our words one more time. So breathe in. I see and welcome. Okay? I'm going to move to the ground, arms out and down. Hold this for 3 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to move up like a table. Remember our part of God's table and the ways we welcome others. And hold this for 3 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Remember, we are going to put our toes down on the ground and push up and back. And we are going to remember that sometimes we can stretch ourselves to welcome more people and stretch ourselves as we grow in relationship with God. Hold this for 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Come back down to your knees. Lay on your belly. Put your hands beside you and stretch up as we look up and out at the new possibilities for our day. Breathe in and out 3 times. So 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We are going to go back into our downward V. Put your feet out behind you and go up. Perfect. We'll hold this for 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. You come back down. You can find a comfortable standing position if you would like to, or you can come down on your knees like I am. Remember that God's love is grounded and strong and always has room for us. Breathe in and out 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. And we will end back in our original position, just like last time. Seated, legs stretched out, whatever you would like. You're going to breathe in. Say, I see. Breathe out. Say, I welcome. I see. I welcome. I see. I welcome. Thank you all so much for joining me today for Living Worship. I will see you back next week, or you are welcome to use this video as many times as you would like in the coming week. You can also end our time together by stretching in whatever way feels good to you. You stretch all the way up, wiggle your arms, or stretch all the way out. You can end this time however you would like. But remember, there's always room for you at God's table. And through the compassion gifted to us by God, we always have the capacity to continue to welcome. Thank you all so much, and I will see you again next week.